When we got into the cool forest beyond, it was delightful, particularly if it happened to be one of those lovely stretches of forest, gloomy down below, but giving hints that far away above us was a world of bloom and scent and beauty which we saw as much of as earthworms in a flower bed. Here and there the ground was strewn with great cast blue blossoms, thick, wax-like, glorious cups of orange and crimson and pure white, each one of which was in itself a handful, and which told us that some of the trees around us were showing a glory of color to heaven alone. Sprinkled among them were bunches of pure stephanotis-like flowers, which said that the gaunt bush ropes were rubber vines that had burst into flower when they had seen the sun. These flowers we came across in nearly every type of forest all the way, for rubber abounds here. I will weary you no longer now with the different kinds of forest, and only tell you I have let you off several. The natives have separate names for 7 different kinds, and these might, I think, be easily run up to 9. A certain sort of friendship soon arose between the Fans and me. We each recognized that we belonged to the same section of the human race with whom it is better to drink than to fight. We knew we would have killed the other if sufficient inducement were offered, and so we took a certain amount of care that the inducement should not arise. Grey Shirt and Pagan also, their trade friends, the Fans treated with an independent sort of courtesy, but Silence, Singlet, and the passenger, and above all Naguta, they openly did not care a row of pins for, and I have small doubt that had it not been for us other 3 they would have killed and eaten these very amiable gentlemen with as much compunction as an English sportsman would kill as many rabbits. They on their part hated the Fan, and never lost an opportunity of telling me, "These Fan be bad men, man, too much." I must not forget to mention the other member of our party, a Fan gentleman with the manners of a duke and the habits of a dustman. He came with us quite uninvited by me, and never asked for any pay. I think he only wanted to see the fun, and drop in for a fight if there was one going on, and to pick up the pieces generally. He was evidently a man of some importance, from the way the others treated him, and, moreover, he had a splendid gun, with a gorilla skin sheath for its lock, and ornamented all over its stock with brass nails. His costume consisted of a small piece of dirty rag round his loins, and whenever we were going through dense undergrowth or wading a swamp, he wore that filament tucked up scandalously short. Whenever we were sitting down in the forest having one of our nondescript meals, he always sat next to me and appropriated the tin. Then he would fill his pipe, and turning to me with the easy grace of aristocracy, would say what may be translated as, "My dear princess, could you favor me with a lucifer?" I used to say, "My dear duke, charmed, I'm sure," and give him one ready lit. I dared not trust him with the box whole, having a personal conviction that he would have kept it. I asked him what he would do suppose I was not there with a box of lucifers, and he produced a bush cow's horn with a neat wood lid tied on with a tie, and from out of it he produced a flint and steel and demonstrated. The first day in the forest we came across a snake, a beauty with a new red, brown, and yellow patterned velvety skin, about 3 feet 6 inches long, and as thick as a man's thigh. Naguta met it, hanging from a bough, and shot backwards like a lobster. Naguta having amongst his many weaknesses a rooted horror of snakes. This snake the Ogowe natives all hold in great aversion. For the bite of other sorts of snakes they profess to have remedies, but for this they have none. If, however, a native is stung by one, he usually conceals the fact that it is this particular kind, and tries to get any chance the native doctor's medicine may give. The Duke stepped forward, and with one blow flattened its head against the tree with his gun butt, and then folded the snake up, and got as much of it as possible into his bag, while the rest hung dangling out. Naguta, not being able to keep ahead of the Duke, his Grace's pace being stiff, went to the extreme rear of the party so that the other people might be killed first if the snake returned to life, as he surmised it would. He fell into other dangers from this caution, but I cannot chronicle Naguta's afflictions in full without running this book to an old-fashioned folio size. We had the snake for supper, that is to say, the fan and I. The others would not touch it, although a good snake, properly cooked, is one of the best meats one gets out here, far and away better than the African fowl.